I saw this absolutely egregious Fourth Amendment violation today in Kansas. I wondered why more people aren't covering this. Last week, local law enforcement officers in Marion, Kansas, raided the offices of a small local newspaper, the Marion County Record. Did they do anything wrong? No, of course not. So why did they get raided? Well, look, snippety dip. Turns out the newspaper was investigating sexual misconduct allegations made against the new chief of police, Gideon Cody. Weird. So because a journalism outlet was doing journalisming, they were raided and had their computers and cell phones and hard drives all confiscated. They even had their homes raided too. Oh, and the vice mayor got wrapped up and was also raided. What were the charges cited on the warrant? Oh, good question. It was identity theft and unlawful acts concerning computers related to a DUI investigation that the paper was doing on a local restaurant owner. Right. Sure. Almost anyone could sniff out that garbage. Now, obviously, the police chief, Cody, defended the raid, but Eric Meyer, the paper's co-owner, is going to the mat with these folks. And you know what? Good for him. He should. And now he's fighting back. Guess what? Today, law enforcement withdrew their search warrant and released all the seized materials back to the newspaper's attorney. Huh. They also have a forensics expert on hand to evaluate how much was looked at. But here's the rub. Their rights were violated. Sure, they got the material back, but after what? Getting a lawyer involved? Threatening a lawsuit? Also, there are extra protections for the press, specifically there. What information has already been seen? Sources? That's protected. Private information? What about other stories they might be working on? You see, the damage is already done. These materials have been in the hands of law enforcement since Friday. The same law enforcement that got the bogus warrant in the first place. The Kansas Bureau of Investigation is looking into it, but again, this is government looking into other governments, so I'm certainly not holding my breath. Especially considering this, even more evidence that there was some cattywampus afoot.
We finally were able to obtain the probable cause affidavit that is supposed to support the search warrant. It was filed 3 days after the searches were conducted, which is a little suspicious.
So 3 days after? No way. Everybody who touched this should go to jail. But here's the bigger issue, and this is how it affects you, me, everybody. Our Fourth Amendment states the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. When the people who are tasked with implementing the law and even issuing these warrants, if those people act like they're above the law, we don't have any freedom, or a constitution for that matter. This precious document is designed to protect us from them, from big government. So they can't just do whatever they want like they did here. So who issued this search warrant? Oh, weird. This woman, Magistrate Judge Laura Vieira, who was arrested not once, but at least twice for DUI. That's crazy. Throw this judge out on the street. They should be totally held accountable. And we need to make an example out of this so it doesn't happen anymore. Oh, Carl, that'll make judges hesitant to issue warrants. Yes, that is my point. They should be very hesitant to invade my home or your home or a newspaper or anybody. Every judge should have skin in the game. Oh, that's an awful lot you're putting on the judge, Carl. Yes, you're darn right I am. To quote Uncle Ben from Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. This could have just as easily been my house, or yours for that matter. That's why I'm so angry about this, folks. It's black and white in the Constitution. Forget me being in the media. What if you, in whatever state, had something bad to say about a local elected official or even an appointed one, and you get your home raided? That's what happened here. But as the national focus has been on this weaponization of law enforcement on a federal level, this hits small town America. And this is not a partisan issue either. This is us versus them. You and I versus a system. Big government has all the resources, all the money, apparently no bounds, regardless of political party. This is big government. They get to do whatever they want. And us subjects, shut up, we got to pay our taxes. And the big government, Hunger Games overlords will decide if and when we get our rights. No. I hope this guy fights like hell. This goes all the way up to the Justice Department, though, what they're doing with Donald Trump. While they're protecting, obviously, the sitting president and his drug addict son. So, sure, you have Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg and Fulton County DA Fani Willis and all these suspicious indictments of Trump. But a story out of Kansas? This should have everyone concerned. This is bigger than all of us.
This is the type of stuff that, Vladimir Putin does, that third world dictators do. This is Gestapo tactics from World War II. And it's the tragedy of it is not only does it step all over the rights of journalists. My 98-year-old mother, who had lived in that house for 70 years, she got so upset about this that she couldn't eat, she couldn't sleep, and the next day she died of a heart attack.
Literally life and death. But in this case, for that grieving son and the employees of that paper who worked under the guidance and leadership of Joan Meyer, the woman who passed away, this is exactly what has become. It's amazing.